Well, I've been afraid of changing.
For decades, Stevie Nicks has bewitched the world with her haunting melodies and enigmatic persona. At 76, the rock goddess has lived a life filled with music, fame, and a carousel of romances that have fueled her artistry. But beneath the glitter and gold, a secret has lingered. A love so profound it has echoed through the years. Now, in a stunning revelation, Nicks breaks her silence. Who is this mysterious figure that has held her heart captive for so long? What untold story lies behind her confession? This is a tale of passion, heartache, and enduring love that has shaped the soul of rock and roll. Join us as we delve into the shadows of Stevie's past and uncover the man who became her greatest muse and deepest regret. The high school sweetheart, Lindsay Buckingham. In the 1960s, Stevie Nicks and Lindsay Buckingham, students at Menlo Atherton High School in California, formed a musical partnership that would revolutionize rock and roll. Their initial encounter sparked a connection that evolved into an iconic and chaotic relationship, with their harmonies, both vocal and personal, becoming the stuff of legend. As seniors, they performed together at a school function, their voices blending in a way that hinted at the magic to come. After high school, their paths diverged briefly, only to reconnect 2 years later when Buckingham invited Nicks to join his psychedelic rock band, Fritz. This marked the beginning of their professional collaboration, catapulting them into the world of rock and roll. Suddenly, they found themselves opening for industry giants like Jefferson Airplane and Janis Joplin, a baptism by fire into the heady world of 1960s rock. As Fritz dissolved in the early 1970s, Nicks and Buckingham's relationship deepened. They became not just lovers, but a duo act, pouring their hearts and souls into their music. In 1973, they released their first album together, Buckingham Nicks. While the album didn't achieve commercial success, it laid the groundwork for their future and caught the attention of Mick Fleetwood, leading to an invitation that would change their lives forever. Joining Fleetwood Mac in 1975 marked a pivotal moment for the couple. Their addition to the band injected new life into the group, but also placed their relationship under immense pressure. As they worked on the groundbreaking album Rumors, the strain began to show. The demands of sudden fame, coupled with the intensity of their creative process, began to chip away at their bond. By 1976, amidst the recording of Rumors, Nicks and Buckingham's relationship reached its breaking point. The pain of their separation, however, fueled some of the most iconic songs in rock history. Nicks penned Dreams, a haunting melody of lost love, while Buckingham responded with the raw, angry energy of Go Your Own Way. Their personal turmoil, laid bare in their music, resonated with millions, turning Rumors into one of the best-selling albums of all time. Despite the end of their romantic relationship, Nicks and Buckingham's musical partnership endured, albeit not without its challenges. The tension between them became a defining characteristic of Fleetwood Mac, adding an electric charge to their performances and a depth to their songwriting that fans found irresistible. The brief encounter, J.D. Souther. From the tumultuous end of her relationship with Buckingham, Nicks found herself thrust into a new world of fame and artistic exploration. It was in this whirlwind that she crossed paths with J.D. Souther, a fleeting yet impactful presence in her romantic narrative. Stevie Nicks and J.D. Souther's paths first crossed in the vibrant Los Angeles music scene of the early 1970s. Souther, already an established figure in the country rock movement, had co-written several hits for the Eagles and was making waves with his own music. Nicks, fresh from her breakup with Lindsay Buckingham and riding the wave of Fleetwood Mac's success, found in Souther a kindred spirit who understood the pressures and pleasures of life in the spotlight. The attraction between them was immediate and intense. Both were known for their poetic lyrics and emotive performances, and their connection seemed to transcend the physical, touching something deeper in their artistic souls. Their relationship, though short-lived, was characterized by a shared passion for music and a mutual respect for each other's talents. However, the very world that brought them together also presented significant challenges. The 1970s music scene was notoriously male-dominated, with women often relegated to secondary roles or viewed primarily through the lens of their relationships with male musicians. Nicks, fiercely determined to make her mark as an artist in her own right, found herself grappling with these industry dynamics, even as she navigated her personal relationship with Souther. She observed how male artists like Souther were afforded certain privileges and respect that seemed elusive for their female counterparts. This disparity was not lost on Nicks, who was rapidly becoming one of the most powerful women in rock music. As their romance unfolded, Nicks continued to push against these boundaries, using her growing influence to advocate for herself and other women in the industry. Her relationship with Souther, paradoxically, seemed to strengthen her resolve to be recognized for her talent rather than her romantic affiliations. The brevity of their relationship did not diminish its influence on Nicks's artistic growth. Souther's songwriting talent and his ties to the wider music industry introduced Nicks to new inspirations and possibilities. Their partnership, both personal and professional, contributed to the refinement of Nicks' distinctive voice as a songwriter and performer. In the aftermath of their breakup, Nicks channeled her experiences into her music. The themes of independence, resilience, and the struggle for recognition became even more pronounced in her songwriting. Tracks like After the Glitter Fades and Has Anyone Ever Written Anything for You are often speculated to have roots in this period of her life, though Nicks has always maintained a certain mystique about her inspirations. The tumultuous affair, Mick Fleetwood. As the dust settled on her brief liaison with Souther, Nicks found herself drawn into perhaps the most complicated entanglement of her romantic history. Nicks' involvement with Mick Fleetwood was a pivotal and intricate part of her personal life, deeply intertwined with the chaotic and artistically vibrant dynamics within Fleetwood Mac. It ultimately shaped the trajectory of their band and the broader landscape of rock music. The seeds of their affair were sown in the volatile environment of Fleetwood Mac in the late 1970s. The band was at the height of its success, riding the wave of their groundbreaking album Rumors. But beneath the surface, personal relationships were fraying. Stevie Nicks had recently ended her long-term relationship with Lindsay Buckingham, while Mick Fleetwood's marriage to Jenny Boyd was on shaky ground. Nicks and Fleetwood were drawn to each other amidst emotional turmoil and creative energy. The boundaries between their professional and personal lives became blurred, resulting in a passionate yet complicated relationship. The relationship between Nicks and Fleetwood was marked by its intensity and unpredictability. The affair was conducted in the midst of grueling tour schedules, long studio sessions, and the ever-present scrutiny of the media and their bandmates. The affair had a profound impact on the creative output of Fleetwood Mac. The emotional turbulence it generated found its way into their music, infusing their songs with a raw, confessional quality that resonated deeply with audiences. However, the relationship also brought significant challenges to the band's dynamic. The other members of Fleetwood Mac found themselves navigating the emotional fallout of the affair, trying to maintain professional relationships in the face of personal upheaval. This was particularly difficult for Buckingham, who had to watch his ex-girlfriend become involved with one of his bandmates. As with many relationships born in such tumultuous circumstances, the affair between Nicks and Fleetwood was not destined to last. The end of their romantic involvement did not, however, mark the end of their connection. Nicks and Fleetwood had to find a way to continue working together in Fleetwood Mac, transforming their relationship into one of enduring friendship and musical collaboration. This transition was not always smooth, but it was a testament to their professionalism and their shared commitment to the band. The rock star romance, Don Henley. Emerging from the emotional maelstrom of her relationship with Fleetwood, Nicks found herself captivated by another titan of the music world. The year was 1977, and Stevie Nicks was riding high on the success of Fleetwood Mac's groundbreaking album Rumours. Don Henley, the drummer and co-lead vocalist of the Eagles, was himself at the pinnacle of his career. When these two powerhouses of music collided, the sparks were immediate and intense. Both Nicks and Henley were known for their magnetic stage presence and their ability to translate raw emotion into unforgettable lyrics. Together, they formed a formidable pair, their relationship fueled by a shared passion for music and a deep understanding of the pressures that came with stardom. However, the very intensity that drew them together would also prove to be the relationship's undoing. The demands of their respective bands, coupled with the challenges of maintaining a relationship in the public eye, put immense strain on their bond. The lifestyle of constant touring, the temptations that came with fame, and their own strong personalities created a volatile mix. In the midst of this fast-paced romance, Nicks found herself facing an unexpected and life-altering situation. She was pregnant. The news brought with it an uproar of emotions and difficult decisions. Both Nicks and Henley were at crucial points in their careers, with demanding tour schedules and album commitments. The prospect of parenthood, while momentarily enticing, seemed at odds with the paths they were on. After much soul-searching and undoubtedly painful deliberation, Nicks made the difficult decision to terminate the pregnancy. This choice, while deeply personal, would have far-reaching consequences for both her and Henley. It became a pivotal moment in their relationship, one that would color their interactions for years to come. The aftermath of this decision saw the gradual unraveling of their romantic relationship. The weight of what might have been, combined with the relentless pace of their careers, proved too much for their fledgling love to bear. Yet, even as their romantic involvement came to an end, the impact of their time together would continue to resonate through their music. The producer-turned-lover, Jimmy Iovine. Stevie Nicks' relationship with Jimmy Iovine was a unique blend of professional collaboration and personal intimacy, shaping her musical career and the music industry. In the early 1980s, Nicks was an established rock star, while Iovine was a rising music producer who produced her debut solo album, Belladonna. From the outset, there was an undeniable chemistry between the artist and the producer. Iovine's ability to understand and enhance Nicks' unique sound, coupled with his drive and ambition, resonated deeply with her. As they worked closely together in the studio, their professional relationship began to evolve into something more personal. The recording of Belladonna was a pivotal moment in the development of their blossoming romance. Long hours in the studio, the shared passion for creating something extraordinary, and the intimate nature of the creative process all contributed to the growing attraction between them. Nicks found in Iovine not just a skilled producer, but a kindred spirit who understood her artistic vision and could help bring it to life. As their relationship deepened, so did the complexity of their professional collaboration. Iovine's influence on Nicks' music became more pronounced, helping to shape the sound that would define her solo career. Songs like Edge of 17 and Stop Draggin' My Heart Around bore the hallmarks of their combined talents, with Iovine's production skills perfectly complementing Nicks's songwriting and vocal prowess. However, the very intensity that fueled their creative partnership also brought challenges to their personal relationship. Both Nicks and Iovine were strong-willed individuals, deeply committed to their craft and accustomed to having things their way. The line between their professional and personal lives began to blur, leading to tensions both in and out of the studio. Their relationship was further complicated by the demands of their respective careers. Nicks was juggling her commitments to Fleetwood Mac with her flourishing solo career, while Iovine was rapidly becoming one of the most sought-after producers in the industry. The pressure of maintaining both a romantic relationship and a professional partnership in the high-stakes world of rock and roll took its toll. Despite these challenges, the impact of their relationship on Nicks's career cannot be overstated. Iovine's production helped to establish her as a solo artist in her own right, distinct from her identity as a member of Fleetwood Mac. The success of Belladonna and its follow-up, The Wild Heart, which Iovine also produced, cemented Nicks's status as a rock icon. As their romantic relationship began to wane, Nicks and Iovine faced the difficult task of preserving their professional partnership. Their mutual respect and shared love for music allowed them to keep working together even as their personal relationship changed. This period saw them navigating the delicate balance between their past intimacy and their ongoing professional collaboration. The end of their romantic involvement did not mark the end of their influence on each other's lives and careers. Iovine went on to become one of the most powerful figures in the music industry, co-founding Interscope Records, and later playing a key role in the launch of Beats Electronics. Nicks continued to solidify her position as one of rock's most enduring and influential artists. The grief-stricken union, Kim Anderson. Stevie Nicks' brief marriage to Kim Anderson was an unlikely union and complex experience, stemming from their shared grief, and ultimately imparting a bittersweet lesson about love and loss. The story begins with Robin Anderson, Stevie Nicks' best friend since their teenage years. Robin had been a constant presence in Nicks' life, a confidant who had stood by her side through the dizzying highs of fame and the crushing lows of personal struggles. In 1982, as Nicks was riding high on her successful solo career, tragedy struck. Robin was diagnosed with terminal leukemia while pregnant with her first child. The news devastated Nicks, who found herself facing the imminent loss of her closest friend. As Robin's condition deteriorated, Nicks threw herself into supporting her friend, determined to be there for her in her final days. Robin's husband, Kim Anderson, was equally distraught. As his wife's illness progressed, he found solace in Nicks's presence. The two of them united in their love for Robin and their shared grief. In the midst of this emotional turmoil, Robin gave birth to a son, Matthew, just 3 days before she passed away. The joy of new life was inextricably intertwined with the pain of loss, creating a maelstrom of emotions for both Nicks and Anderson. In the aftermath of Robin's death, Nicks and Anderson found themselves drawn to each other, their shared grief creating a powerful bond. In a decision that would later be described as a misguided attempt to fulfill Robin's dying wish to care for her son, Nicks and Anderson made the impulsive choice to get married, just 3 months after Robin's passing. Their union was met with shock and concern from friends and family. Many saw it as a rash decision born out of grief, rather than genuine love. Nicks herself would later admit that the marriage was an attempt to keep Robin's memory alive and to provide a mother figure for baby Matthew. The reality of their situation quickly set in. Nicks, at the height of her solo career, found herself suddenly thrust into the role of wife and stepmother. The demands of her music career clashed with the needs of her new family, creating tension and strain in the fledgling marriage. Anderson, still reeling from the loss of his wife, struggled to connect with Nicks on a level beyond their shared grief. As the months wore on, both Nicks and Anderson began to realize the magnitude of their mistake. The passion and connection that had seemed so intense in the wake of their shared loss began to fade, replaced by the stark reality of their incompatibility. Nicks, accustomed to the freedom and excitement of her rock and roll lifestyle, felt stifled by the demands of domestic life. Anderson, in turn, found it difficult to compete with the all-consuming nature of Nicks's career. The marriage lasted only 8 months before the couple decided to separate. The divorce was finalized in 1984, marking the end of what Nicks would later describe as her only ever marriage. The experience left both parties emotionally drained. In the years that followed, Nicks maintained a relationship with Matthew, honoring her promise to Robin to look after her son. She took on the role of godmother, providing financial support and remaining a presence in his life. The great love, Joe Walsh. Emerging from the shadow of grief and a failed marriage, Nicks encountered what she would come to describe as the great love of her life. Stevie Nicks's relationship with Joe Walsh was a profound and transformative chapter in her romantic history, marked by intense passion, shared struggles, and a bittersweet ending that impacted their lives and music. The story of Stevie Nicks and Joe Walsh began in the late 1970s, a time when both artists were at the height of their musical powers. Nicks was riding high on the success of Fleetwood Mac and her burgeoning solo career, while Walsh had established himself as a guitar virtuoso with the James Gang and the Eagles. Their paths crossed in the vibrant Los Angeles music scene, where their shared experiences as rock stars created an instant connection. From the moment they met, there was an undeniable chemistry between Nicks and Walsh. Both were drawn to each other's creative energy, wit, and understanding of the unique pressures that came with life in the spotlight. Their relationship quickly blossomed into a passionate romance, fueled by their mutual love for music and their deep emotional connection. What set this relationship apart for Nicks was the sense of true partnership she found with Walsh. They were two equals, each with their own established career, who came together in a relationship built on mutual respect and admiration. Their time together was marked by a shared passion for music, with both artists influencing and inspiring each other's work. Nicks has often spoken about the profound impact Walsh had on her life, describing him as her soulmate and the great love of her life. Walsh, too, has spoken about the transformative power of their relationship, saying that Nicks brought out the best in him and helped him to confront his personal demons. Together, they navigated the highs of rock stardom and the lows of personal struggle, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. But like so many relationships born in the intense world of rock and roll, theirs was not without its challenges. The demands of their respective careers, the temptations that came with fame, and their own personal struggles all took a toll on their relationship. After several years together, Nicks and Walsh made the difficult decision to go their separate ways, their romance ending on amicable terms. Though their time as a couple came to an end, the impact of their relationship on Nicks' life and music cannot be overstated. Walsh remained a close friend and confidant, and his influence can still be heard in her work today. Looking back on their time together, Nicks has said that Walsh was the great love of her life, the one person who truly understood her and made her feel seen and heard. Their relationship was a testament to the transformative power of love, a reminder that even in the chaotic world of rock and roll, deep and meaningful connections are possible. And though their romance has ended, the music they made together continues to live on, a lasting testament to the great love they shared. Here is the text with the grammar errors fixed. Unlike some of her previous relationships, which had been complicated by professional rivalries or power dynamics, her connection with Walsh felt equal and supportive. They understood each other on a fundamental level, both as artists and as individuals struggling with the demands of fame. Their time together was marked by intense creativity. Walsh's influence on Nicks' music was profound, inspiring some of her most heartfelt and personal songwriting. His guitar work and musical sensibilities complemented her voice and poetic lyrics, resulting in collaborations that would be treasured by fans for years to come. For Walsh, Nicks provided a muse and a partner who could match his creative energy and understand the depths of his artistic passion. However, their relationship was not without its challenges. Both Nicks and Walsh were battling their own demons, particularly in the form of substance abuse. The hard partying lifestyle of the rock and roll scene had taken its toll on both of them, and their relationship often teetered on the edge of chaos as they struggled with addiction. Despite these challenges, or perhaps because of them, their bond deepened. They found in each other not just a romantic partner, but a confidant and ally in their personal struggles. Their shared experiences with the highs and lows of fame, and their mutual understanding of the toll it could take, created a level of intimacy that Nicks had rarely experienced in her other relationships. The intensity of their love was reflected in their music. Songs written during this period often hinted at the depth of their feelings for each other, the pain of their struggles, and the hope they found in their connection. For fans, these songs provided a window into the personal lives of two of rock's most enigmatic figures, adding new layers of meaning to their music. Tragically, the very factors that had drawn them together ultimately contributed to their separation. The couple's ongoing battle with addiction reached a critical point, and they realized that they needed to part ways in order to focus on their individual recoveries. The decision to end the relationship was heart-wrenching for both, but it was made out of a place of love and a mutual desire for each other's well-being. The aftermath of their breakup was a period of profound grief and self-reflection for Nicks. She would later describe the end of her relationship with Walsh as one of the most difficult experiences of her life. The pain of their separation fueled some of her most emotionally raw and powerful songwriting, resulting in tracks that would resonate deeply with fans who had experienced similar losses. For Walsh, the end of the relationship was equally impactful. It marked a turning point in his own journey towards sobriety and self-discovery. The love he shared with Nicks would remain a significant chapter in his life story, influencing his music and his personal growth for years to come. Despite the end of their romantic relationship, the connection between Nicks and Walsh endured. Over the years, they managed to transform their love into a deep and lasting friendship. Their ability to maintain this bond, even after the pain of their breakup, spoke to the genuine care and respect they held for each other. In later years, both Nicks and Walsh would speak about their time together with a mixture of fondness and melancholy. For Nicks, Walsh remained the one, the great love of her life who had touched her soul in a way no one else had. This sentiment was evident in her music, where references to their relationship continued to appear, serving as a testament to its lasting impact on her heart and her art. Love-inspiring art. Nicks' relationships in her music. Stevie Nicks' romantic journey has been inextricably intertwined with her musical career, serving as a wellspring of inspiration for some of her most iconic and emotionally resonant songs. Her ability to transmute the joys, sorrows, and complexities of her relationships into lyrical poetry has been a hallmark of her artistry, allowing listeners to connect with her experiences on a deeply personal level. What sets Nicks apart as an artist is her ability to transform these personal experiences into universal narratives. While her songs are often deeply autobiographical, they resonate with listeners because they tap into shared human experiences of love, heartbreak, and resilience. Nicks' gift lies in her capacity to take the specific details of her own life and relationships and weave them into stories and emotions that feel deeply personal to each listener. This ability to transmute personal experience into art is perhaps most evident in how Nicks has revisited and reinterpreted her own songs over the years. As she has gained perspective on her past relationships, her performances of these songs have evolved, taking on new meanings and emotional depths. A song written in the throes of a passionate affair might be performed years later with a sense of wistful nostalgia or hard-earned wisdom, demonstrating how Nicks' art has grown and matured alongside her. Moreover, Nicks' openness about the inspirations behind her music has created a unique bond with her audience. Fans have followed the threads of her romantic life through her songs, feeling as though they are privy to the intimate details of her journey. This vulnerability and authenticity have endeared Nicks to generations of listeners, who see in her not just a rock icon, but a fellow traveler on the complex path of love and relationships. The impact of Nicks' relationship-inspired music extends beyond her solo work and contributions to Fleetwood Mac. Her approach to songwriting, which values emotional honesty and personal narrative, has influenced countless other artists. Many singers and songwriters have cited Nicks as an inspiration, particularly in how she fearlessly mines her own life experiences for her art. As Nicks's career has progressed, her music has continued to reflect her evolving perspective on love and relationships. While the passionate affairs of her youth provided fuel for fiery, intense songs, her later work often demonstrates a more reflective, nuanced understanding of love. This evolution mirrors Nicks' own journey, from a young woman navigating the turbulent waters of romance to a seasoned artist with a lifetime of experiences to draw upon. Outro. There you have it. It's now time to hear from you. How has Stevie Nicks' journey through love and heartbreak influenced your own perspective on relationships? Let us know in the comments section below.